Brilliant diving stop. Driven on the onside, but straight to mid-wicket.
Well, what a lovely shot. It flew to the boundary. That's clearly not the type of delivery to be bowling here.
Good contest here at the moment. 4 off the last ball. It'll be interesting to see how the bowler can respond. Straight to the fielder. 4 runs added there. England are 35 for 1. Square cut, finds point, no run. Over the infield with a cracking shot. Drilled that one away. Milne has finished off a tidy over there. Nothing to show for it, but will be well pleased nevertheless.
They just haven't got going, have they? It's been a great bowling performance, though.
The right-arm medium bowler is coming into the attack from the media centre end. Whacked away.
Pushed onto the front foot and presented the full face of the bat.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have to be very happy with that last shot. Oh, I thought that was passing, but a fantastic dive to cut it off. Really wound up for that. Ball seemed to come onto the bat quicker than he thought. Beats the field with a great shot. That's the end of a very good over. Great pressure being placed on the batters here. Milne from the southern end. Timed that perfectly.
That was a lovely flowing drive through the covers to pick up the 4.
Don't need to do anything special. Line and length is the key here. Does very well to quickly get across to this one. End of the over. 7 off it. England 54 for 1. Got that away nicely.
Salts watched it closely and let that go through to the keeper.
End of the over. 3 runs coming off it. England are 57 for 1. Santner, the left armour, is the new bowler from the southern end.
I like these changes in the field. It'll be interesting to see how the batters adjust.
Bowler and fielders look really confident. Can't get that outside the ring field. 2 runs coming from that over. England are 59 for 1.
I'm liking the look of this field. If the bowlers stick to their plans, it should be tough to score, but they still have some protection.
No, no, no. Terrible shot. Nice, solid defensive shot. Lovely cover drive, but straight to the extra cover fielder. Great shot.
You can't hit the ball much better than that. Timed it to perfection.
This delivery just needs to be pitched up on a length. Too short, and you're going to get punished on this pitch. Drive straight down the ground. Mid-on will collect that one, though. The over comes to an end. Not many runs coming off it. Both sides need to inject some life into this match.
It's been good bowling. Batters just haven't adjusted to the conditions tonight. Caressed that nicely through the gap to the boundary.
Tried something a bit different last delivery, and the captain shouldn't mind that too much. If they get it right, they just might get that wicket. Bang! Bowled. Just stunning bowling.
The trudge back to the pavilion. A disappointing display in the end for someone with such batting skills. This one goes down as a fail.
4 runs, square of the wicket. Excellent shot.
Threaded it through brilliantly. All timing on that shot.
Do they go full? Do they go short? A lot to ponder this delivery after the boundary.
Going a bit more conservative with this field. Still honing in on their lines. The batter happy to let it go through.
Doesn't beat the infield. 8 runs added in that over. England are 72 for 2. Jameson from the media centre end.
Left alone and easily through to the keeper.
Nice shot, but straight to gully. Collects that one, simple as you like inside the ring.
A change in the field, more emphasis on defence.
Six of your finest, please. Cover drive for a maximum. Brilliant.
Just a little bit of room and the power was immense. It's flown over the boundary.
End of the over. 8 runs coming from it. England are 80 for 2. Finds the fielder with that shot. On that nicely, good defence. Was quick onto that in the infield.
One to get for 50.
Salt advances and throws the bat at it with absolute disdain. Cut away for 4.
Got it away for 4, backward of point very nicely. A good innings, that's 50. A simple raise of the bats. Thumbs up to their batting partner and they're ready to go again.
Going with spin now.
I like this field choice. A good move, I'd say.
Couldn't get it through the field.
Root watched it closely and let that go through to the keeper.
Nice solid defensive shot. Edge, but it drops safely. Just got to follow up that last delivery. Found the edge, but no reward, but putting pressure on the batter. Root edges it, but it finds the gap. Looks like they were late on that shot there. Let's just see if they can get that ball up into the slot as before. It's so crucial. You've got to follow up that last delivery and keep the batter under pressure. 3 runs added in that over. England are 88 for 2.
Some moves are being made in the field, looking pretty balanced between defence and attack.
Edged, unplayable. Time to keep the pressure on now. Great ball, that last one, to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot. Lovely cover drive, straight to the extra cover fielder. Power and precision in that shot.
Pierced the gap wonderfully on the offside at cover.
Can't afford to go too full again. It does help to switch up your deliveries, just to keep them guessing. Swept away, but finds the fielder. Good bowling. Kept it nice and tight and made it hard to score. Sodhi from the media centre end. That's a confident appeal.
Well, the end of an entertaining performance with the bat. Certainly a good wicket to get. Those runs were really starting to flow. A bit more balance brought to the field now as the captain swings the changes.
Straight to the fielder. That's the end of the over. 1 run coming from it. England are 98 for 3. Dug that out well. Cuts that off well in the infield. Beats the field with a great shot.
Flashed away and got it well enough to find the boundary.
England weren't given much of an opportunity there. A very tidy over. Drive straight down the ground. Mid-on will collect that one, though. The over comes to an end. Not many runs coming off it. Both sides need to inject some life into this match. Edge, but it drops safely. Time to follow up after such a great delivery. Pitch it on a length is obviously the way to go.
This field's looking for more balance between attack and defence.
Magical shot into the vacant fine leg position, and I do not think anyone's going to stop that.
You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot, and there was no point chasing that. Still honing in on their lines. The batter happy to let it go through.
Straight drive, mid-off will cut that one off. Smacks that away through the gap. Santner has had a pretty good over, just needed a bit more luck to find a wicket. Sodhi from the media centre end. Square cut, finds point, no run. Lovely cover drive, but straight to the extra cover fielder. Edged, unplayable. Bowler and fielders look really confident. Gone. Fine catch.
An innings that promised much and really, in the end, delivered very little. Pretty disappointing all round. Going more defensive now with the field choice. First ball for the batter, coming in. Buttler watched it closely and let that go through to the keeper.
Good shot, a beauty. Not too sure what they're appealing for here. 2 runs coming from that over. England are 111 for 4. Jameson coming back into the attack has done well so far.
The captain bringing a good balance to this field, I think.
Does very well to quickly get across to this one. That's a strong appeal. What's the umpire's decision?
Bit of shape on the way through. Butler happy just to watch it go by.
Massive appeal. Might have just been missing though. Duffy coming back into the attack. Can't get that outside the ring field. Edged. Root staying put, but the opposition have put in a huge appeal. Great catch at mid-on. Fantastic stuff.
Well, the end of a productive innings. It didn't quite ignite into fireworks as we would have hoped, but still solid work.
Goes over the top with that shot.
A lovely shorter ball, just keeping them honest. Still got a chance to use another one this over.
End of the over, 2 runs added. England are 118 for 5. Jameson from the southern end.
A little bit of wobble on that ball. It's safely taken by the keeper. Not enough on it to entice a shot though.
Edged, what a ball.
All the way, got it right out of the middle.
Just need to keep it simple. Line and length. Roundabout off stump. That'll force a mistake. Big edge. Where's that going? Doesn't beat the infield. 9 runs added in that over. England are 127 for 5.
Changes being made in the field, going with a fairly balanced option.
New Zealand with a massive shout. Massive outside edge. A good contest here at the moment. 4 off the last ball. It'll be interesting to see how the bowler can respond.
Left alone and easily through to the keeper.
No. Terrible shot. Not too sure what they're appealing for here. Dug that out well.
Livingston watched it closely and let that go through to the keeper. Well, that was just an awesome delivery. Whizzed past the batter, and the umpire says that's the first of 2.
Glanced away nicely, but fine short, fine leg. 2 runs coming from that over. England are 135 for 5. Finds the fielder with that shot. Goes over the top with that shot. On that nicely, good defence. End of the over. A good one in terms of keeping the batters quiet. Just needed to take a wicket to make it an excellent one. Jameson from the southern end. Sodhi coming back on here. They've been bowling really well so far.
This is a good field. Not too aggressive, but not overly defensive either.
Edge, but it drops safely. Time to keep the pressure on now. Great ball, that last one, to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot. Bowler and the slips have really gone up here. They like it. Let's just see if they can get that ball up into the slot as before. It's so crucial. You've got to follow up that last delivery and keep the batter under pressure. Just got to follow up that last delivery. Found the edge, but no reward, but putting pressure on the batter. Couldn't get it through the field. Lovely cover drive, but straight to the extra cover fielder. Beats the field with a great shot. The over comes to an end. Not many runs coming off it. Both sides need to inject some life into this match. Right arm fast bowler is coming into the attack from the media centre end. Brilliant shot through the vacant point position. Not sure it'll get cut off. That's great fielding. That ball was flying. Ticking the scoreboard over really nicely at the moment. Drilled that one away. Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring.
A little bit of wobble on that ball. It's safely taken by the keeper. Not enough on it to entice a shot, though.
End of the over. 4 off it. England are 149 for 5. Got that away nicely. Smacked away. It may carry over the fielder for a maximum.
Errs on the side of bowling slightly fuller, and they've been put away. Might look to go big again here.
Straight to the fielder. They go up here, but it might have pitched a bit short. I think we'll have to wait and see what the umpire says. Finds the edge. Sodhi has kept the pressure on in this over. Just needs to maintain the momentum going forwards. Could be close. That's gone. Couldn't ask for an easier catch. Simple as you like. The batter didn't bother to look at more than one delivery in that over.
On their way to the pavilion. Showed plenty throughout. Just couldn't get the job done and reach those 3 figures. A few moves made in the field.
Driven on the onside, but straight to mid-wicket. Oh, the batter couldn't get out of the way. Ouch. Was quick onto that in the infield. On that nicely, good defence. That's the end of the over. Brilliant bowling ensures no runs added and 1 wicket goes on the wicket column. Sodhi from the southern end.
Livingston watched it closely and let that go through to the keeper. Still honing in on their lines. The batter happy to let it go through.
Cuts that off well in the infield. Sodhi has finished off a tidy over there. Nothing to show for it, but will be well pleased nevertheless. Santner, the left-arm orthodox bowler, is coming into the attack from the media centre end. Square cut, finds point, no run. Edge, but it drops safely. Time to follow up after such a great delivery. Pitch it on a length is obviously the way to go. Oh, I thought that was passing, but a fantastic dive to cut it off. The end of another tidy over. Good to see the pressure starting to build on the batters. Wow, that's missed a lot. Sodhi, straight through them. Batter was late on that one.
They find themselves 7 wickets down. It's about now you need someone to stand up and stick around at the crease.
New batter comes to the crease. Never an easy time to come into bat after the fall of a wicket.
He's got their tail up.
Can't get that outside the ring field. Two runs coming from that over. England are 165 for 7. Santner from the media centre end. Jameson, the pace bowler, coming into the attack. Dug that out well. Brilliant diving stop. Perfectly timed. They go up here, but it might have pitched a bit short. I think we'll have to wait and see what the umpire says.
Still honing in on their lines. The batter happy to let it go through.
The over comes to an end. Not many runs coming off it. Both sides need to inject some life into this match. Santner back on now. Lovely cover drive, but straight to the extra cover fielder. Glanced away nicely, but fine short, fine leg. New Zealand with a massive shout. No, terrible shot. New Zealand needs this sort of rhythm to be maintained. A good over. Misses everything. Not too sure what they're appealing for here. End of the over. 5 off it. England are 174 for 7. That is huge, enormous, massive, gigantic. Take your pick.
Well, that ball has been hit. It's flown into the crowd. To get that much power coming forward onto the front foot is just ridiculous.
Gone. Oh, that's a bit unlucky.
A fluent innings undone by a decent delivery. A good wicket to get at a good time.
The field will come up now, you'd think. Pressure should be on as the new batter strides to the middle. They'll be looking for another quick wicket.
Wood watched it closely and let that go through to the keeper.
Doesn't beat the infield. The bowler looks really confident. Yeah, the keeper's really gone up, as do the surrounding fielders. They seem convinced. Could be a review coming up.
Now, I didn't pick up on anything there. Very close to the bat, though. Was there a bat on it? Fielders think there was. This could be trouble.
So there's going to be some opportunities for the batsman with the changes in the field here. Rashid looking quite surprised, didn't seem too worried about a reversal.
A little bit of wobble on that ball. It's safely taken by the keeper. Not enough on it to entice a shot, though. They picked the slower ball right away. Wasn't a bad delivery, but dispatched to the boundary with ease.
That's a confident appeal. Couldn't get it through the field. The over comes to an end. Not many runs coming off it. Both sides need to inject some life into this match. Santner from the southern end. Edge, but it drops safely. The bowler and the slips have really gone up here. They like it. Out, straight to deep long on. Didn't have to move at all for that one. Oh, great work. Held their nerve while the ball was in the air and taken a good catch.
Well, a fantastic wicket. Kept the runs down, really didn't get settled, and looked to be in trouble for most of the knock.
Lovely cover drive, straight to the extra cover fielder.
The captain bringing a good balance to this field, I reckon.
Finds the fielder with that shot. That's the end of a fantastic over. No runs from the bat and added a wicket to the tally as well. Going with pace now.
Still honing in on their lines. The batter happy to let it go through.
Really wound up for that. Ball seemed to come onto the bat quicker than he thought. ticking the scoreboard over really nicely at the moment. England weren't given much of an opportunity there, a very tidy over.
So, no change to the run rate. The batters need to think about taking some risks soon if they want the best results from the power play.
Sodhi, the right armour, is coming into the attack from the southern end. Swept away but finds the fielder. Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring. Massive appeal. Might have just been missing though. Great shot, pulled straight to backward square leg though. End of the over, 4 off it. England for 195 for 9. Duffy has been going really well here. Comes back on from the media centre end. Drive straight down the ground. Mid-on will collect that one though.
A lovely shorter ball, just keeping them honest. Still got a chance to use another one this over.
Not too sure what they're appealing for here. Everyone's gone up. Pulled away, but straight to square leg. Duffy ends what has been a tidy over. Just needed to top it off with a wicket. Been some great bowling so far today. Just need one more to really top it off. The right armour is coming into the attack from the southern end. Hit them at pace. That looked painful. New Zealand with a massive shout. whacked away.
Showed good composure to wait on that slower ball and find room to get the 4 runs. Just a fantastic shot.
That's gone. Couldn't ask for an easier catch. The bowlers have leaked way too many easy runs in that innings. It's a big total to chase down. You're going to need some good batting partnerships. The openers are coming out. It's a very gettable total. They just need to get off to a good start and not give anything silly away. It's the silly stuff that could give the bowlers a sniff in this match.
Archer coming in.
Dug that out well. Was quick onto that in the infield. Misses. That's a big chance gone begging. Beautiful timing there off the front foot. It's racing away. The fielder out in the deep has some serious work to cut it off.
You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot, and there was no point chasing that. Still honing in on their lines. The batter happy to let it go through.
Lovely cover drive, straight to the extra cover fielder.
Allen watched it closely and let that go through to the keeper.
6 runs added in that over. New Zealand are 6 for none. Wood coming on, obviously hoping the pace will cause some trouble. Nice solid defensive shot. On that nicely, good defence. That's another defensive stroke. With every block shot, the fielding side must be feeling more and more relaxed. Can't get that outside the ring field. End of the over, just one off it. New Zealand are 7 for none. Archer from the southern end. That's 2 defensive shots in a row. That'll put a halt in their momentum. Straight to the fielder. Trouble. No. Terrible shot. Cuts that off well in the infield. Archer has had a pretty good over, just needed a bit more luck to find a wicket. Smacks that away through the gap.
If that had been thrown to the other end, I think you'd be looking at another wicket for sure.
Dug that out well. Another defensive shot. And gone. Brilliant catch. In the air and cover takes an easy catch.
As they head back to the pavilion, they'll be wishing they went about this innings a little differently. Not too much to speak of on the scoreboard.
Well, that was another good over. You can see the frustration growing on the batters. Doesn't beat the infield. Straight drive, mid-off will cut that one off. Oh, wow. That is out of here. That could be out of the ground.
just missed the line. Not the worst delivery, but that was dispatched with interest. Everyone just watched that in awe. How will he reply?
Lovely cover drive, but straight to the extra cover fielder. Couldn't get it through the field. Ten runs added in that over. New Zealand 21 for 1. On that nicely, good defence. That's a stunning stop. That was going all the way otherwise. Huge edge.
That just drifted a bit and pounced on. Hit high and mighty. They'll be really happy with that.
Nice solid defensive shot. Great shot through the gap.
Nothing really wrong with that ball. Got onto the front foot and found the gap to get that one to the boundary.
"11 runs added there. New Zealand 32 for 1. Mahmood, the right arm medium bowler, is coming into the attack from the southern end. That's 2 defensive shots in a row. That'll put a halt in their momentum. Finds the fielder with that shot. There's a chance if it hits. Beats the outside edge. Good bowling there. Does very well to quickly get across to this one. Misses everything. Over. New Zealand 34 for 1.
They just haven't got going, have they? It's been a great bowling performance, though.
The right armour is coming on to bowl from the media centre end. Dug that out well. Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring. Massive outside edge. Time to keep the pressure on now. Great ball, that last one, to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot. Swept away, but finds the fielder. nice sweep shot, but finds the fielder at square leg. Rashid ends what has been a tidy over. Just needed to top it off with a wicket. Mahmood from the southern end. Lovely cover drive, but straight to the extra cover fielder. Shot, finds the gap with that one.
You just can't hit it any better than that. Beautiful shot. No chance at all for the fielders. How will the bowler respond?
Got that away nicely.
That was a boundary the moment the ball left the bat. Can't time that any better. Perfection. It just looks so easy. Gets onto the front foot and eases through the ball. They can just stand and admire that shot.
Over the infield with a cracking shot. Nice solid defensive shot. Things have been kept relatively quiet here. Another good over comes to an end. Gone.